lost it! A gift-wrapped place in the last 8. It's Thierry Henry! He's scored for Arsenal in the Bernabeu! Benfica have a goal. Liverpool must be shell-shocked. The best player in the world has given Barcelona the lead. Chelsea are out.
You know you've got 2 cracking Champions League games when Barcelona have to take second billing. Top of our bill, the Charlton boss, Alan Kirbishley, who's a busy man, but then at this time of year, good young managers are busy. Or else to start, that at Highbury tonight, so much had been said and written pre-match about Patrick Vieira's return to the club. He helped win 3 league titles and 4 FA Cups in 9 years before that move to Turin last summer. Patrick, of course, happy to let actions speak louder than words, though he was happy to see some friendly old faces. No rose-tinted spectacles from Vieira, though, nor from his former teammates. Commentary at Highbury from David Pleat and Clive.
Them have lost it. Zabina walks.
2-0 indeed. If that was boys against men, the boys came off better. A lot better. After the break, we will get reaction from Highbury and from here. Fàbregas was just that, Henry as ever, piping on the icing. We're back short.
And it's the young pretender who gives Arsenal the lead. Arsenal are heading for the semi-finals. Patrick Vieira out of the second leg. Camoranesi sent off. But they're going to finish the night with 9 men. It's a fantastic night for Arsenal Football Club.
Well, it was everything you want, you know. We had a disciplined performance. We played very well defensively, and we played the football we want to play, and we scored 2 good goals and didn't concede, so it's good. It's still a lot to do, but it's a good start, and what is very good to see is that this team is enjoying the game they play, and there's a great togetherness in the team.
It's only half time, you know. We did what we had to do at home. We didn't concede a goal. That was vital for us. And now, you know, we have a difficult game ahead over there. You know, it's going to be pretty difficult. I know how difficult they can make it, but we have to be tough.
Do you think you should have had more goals?
That's a regret we have tonight, of course. There was one, I think one more goal was in the game for us, and we are not a lot under threat tonight, and that's a regret we have.
No Vieira, no Camoranesi, no Zabina in the second leg for Juventus. You're in a wonderful position, aren't you?
Well, yes, but they missed a few as well. They missed Del Piero and Nedved, who are very dangerous offensive players who can come back for the second leg.
Cesc, a goal, an assist. How pleased are you with your own performance and the team's performance?
Well, I think everyone played 100%. We are getting better and better. We still can improve. I think we've done a great performance, every single player. And now it's just half time of the game, and we will see what happened there.
I think that we work as a team, you know, we defend all together, and we're going forward all together, and I think that helps us to play great football like tonight.
How well did Cesc Fàbregas play, especially considering he was up against Patrick Vieira?
I think he did very, very well, and I think that he's a great young player, and I played against Patrick, and I think when Patrick was in Arsenal, he helped him to be what he is now, and I think that we are happy for him.
In some senses, a passing of the baton, perhaps, this evening. Some good individual performances, good team performance. Why do you think, as you watched that game, did Arsenal dominate Juventus right from the off?
It was the midfield. They just completely outgunned Juventus in midfield, and you know, Arsenal went with their 5, and I was so surprised that Juventus came with just Edmilson and Vieira really as midfield players, and then they had 4 attacking players with the 2 wide men, Mutu and Camoranesi as wingers, and the 2 fellas up front. They never got a kick.
No.
The whole midfield was completely overran.
Yeah, which allowed a young, vibrant player like Fàbregas to run amok, really.
Well, every time he run forward freely on his own and was picking balls up unopposed. He's got through here. One part of his game that probably is missing is the fact he don't get enough goals, but he gets himself in great positions. That was a tackle, but you can see when they've won the ball here, Vieira's out of position and the people are running free. Caleb's on the other side, he's on his own and they're just running through. And to be fair, when the ball goes for Thuram's legs, the keeper's unsighted. Don't get close enough. No one could get close enough to the Arsenal players tonight.
No, receive the red.
I think sometimes, you know, when a game goes against perhaps the Italian side, top Italian sides, they end up with a couple of sending-offs and it perhaps clouds over the performance.
Maybe.
And it looks as if they've put their lot in, and they were completely well beaten tonight.
At 2-0, it ought to be game over for all the talk of half-time. I suppose just as it stands at 2-0, an early goal from Juventus next week would put the cat back among the pigeons.
We know what football's like, but they've got to score it. And I'm looking at that thinking, well, Arsenal can definitely go and score another goal in Italy.
Play on the break.
Yeah, they've got so much pace for them. And, you know, the way they were... I know they've got players coming back, but Arsenal will be going there full of confidence. And, as I say, I think that they won't be going there defending a 2-0 lead. They'll be going there to try and extend it.
Scored one and made the other in that 2-0 win. And two former Highbury favourites believe the best is yet to come from the 18-year-old.
It was the moment Arsenal's apprentice turned sorcerer.
Fàbregas, goal! Well, no one's thinking about Patrick Vieira now.
His goal against Juventus confirmed the teenager's coming of age, but for many, Cesc has always been absolutely Fàbregas.
I don't know why people are surprised, to be honest with you. You know, everybody's known about Fàbregas. I think he's played something like 100 games for Arsenal or something stupid like that, at the tender age that he is. They're aware that he's a good player. Young players don't break into the Arsenal team because unless they're very, very good.
Fàbregas' potential was revealed back in 2003 when, aged just 16, he became Arsenal's youngest ever first-team scorer. Last season, Patrick Vieira helped the young Spaniard to graduate to Arsenal's midfield, where Fàbregas soon became a regular. But then the club's talisman and captain left for Turin, and no big-money replacement was bought. Some thought the job of stepping into Vieira's shoes was too much for Fàbregas. His sending off against Everton this season and Arsenal's inconsistent domestic form did little to dispel those fears. But the 18-year-old proved the doubters wrong with his display against Juventus. His setting up of Thierry Henry's goal, capping a fine performance.
I thought he outshone everybody. I thought he was outstanding, you know, he's full of energy, you know, and his goal was great, and then, you know, the ball he plays for Henry, honestly, if that was Ronaldinho doing that, people would be talking about it for weeks to come, you know, and he's just a kid still.
We played the football we want to play, and we scored 2 good goals and didn't concede, so it's good. It's still a lot to do, but it's a good start, and what is very good to see is that this team is enjoying the game they play, and there's a great togetherness in the team.
We did what we had to do at home. We didn't concede a goal. That was vital for us. And now, you know, we have a difficult game ahead over there. You know, it's going to be pretty difficult. I know how difficult they can make it. But we have to be tough.
With a team like Juventus, you know that they can bring on Nedved or Del Piero next week, and they might be stronger than today, especially because they are playing at home. We should have, to be quite sure to go through, we should have scored maybe 3 or 4.
No pleasing a goalkeeper, is there, I suppose?
No, but I think on the balance of play, the way Arsenal performed, he's quite right. They created so many opportunities against what is a top Italian side, top of the league, Serie A, and they have made a fantastic opportunity now to progress to the semi-finals.
A top Italian side, as you say, humbled by Arsenal on the night. Interesting, before the game, Cesc Fàbregas up against Patrick Vieira. Who was going to win? Only one winner.
It was the young pretender. He was absolutely sensational in the evening, linking with Henry for the first goal, and a real clever finish. Although it went through Thuram's legs, certainly the reverse pass shot, whatever you like to call it, it was a wonderful finish, gave Buffon absolutely no chance.
And on that performance and what you've seen there, is there any way that Arsenal can now be knocked out at this stage or not?
The way they're playing, the confidence that seems to be running throughout the team, defensively they look sound at the moment. It's going to take a mighty effort from Juve to overturn it.
And especially when you look at the way that Juve, one, played, but also the sendings off, and the general sort of body language of the whole team.
Well, this was Cameronese's tackle on Van Persie, his second yellow. It could have easily been a straight red. He went, and the antics when he...
And what pleases me about them is that they show character, because they got a lot of bad criticism since a few months, and they've gone through that. Now it's gone the other way. They got a lot of plaudits, and therefore they have to show again that they can deal with that as well.
Arsenal are on the verge of a place in the last 4 of the Champions League for the first time in their history, and Wenger now thinks his side can claim the European crown.
We have a chance to do it, but we have to be very pragmatic in our approach and say, let's just go through against Juventus and then go into the semi-final. But we are conscious as well that at that level, every hurdle is a big one, and every game is a massive hurdle where you need to turn up and play at your best, and I'm confident we will.
The full potential of Arsenal's new generation of players is finally being revealed, and now the manager wants his captain to stay and complete the transition. Dan Rowan, Sky Sports.
Rain day. There he is, look. He's being paid to be at a Premiership football match. And he's moaning about a drop of rain. You know, there he is. The wuss with his umbrella, for goodness sake. Whatever happened to the day when men were men, eh? OK, let's move on. It's goalless in that game at the moment. Birmingham doing OK at present, though, carving out a few chances. Steve Bruce absolutely frustrated as anything with Emil Heskey there. Now this week, when Juventus arrived at Arsenal, all the talk was about Patrick Vieira's return to Highbury. When Vieira and Juventus left after being well beaten, the talk was all about the young man who'd replaced him on the field and in the hearts of Gunners fans.
This is the game of the season so far for me. So many outstanding battles, great players on show. This is football show business at its best.
Fàbregas. Henry.
Great tackle from, of all people, Perez.
Fàbregas. Goal!
This game is alive now.
It's a wonderful tackle. And Buffon keeps Arsenal out. It's Henry! 2-0 to Arsenal!
Not been his night, has it?
Their evening is ending in ruins here. They are down to 9. An inspired night for Arsenal.
Scoreboard looks fantastic, doesn't it? Charlie Nicholas, should it look more fantastic than that? Will there be, in some respects, a shade disappointed that it was only 2?
I was. When I left the ground on Tuesday night, I was a little disappointed because they played so well. People have made an issue about how poor Juventus were, but I think it takes that glory away from Arsenal that would be undeserved if they go down that route. It might be because I'm biased, Jeff, but I just think it was a performance. If Barcelona would have played like that, everybody would have went, there's the champions, they have to win this trophy. At the ground, because of the pace of the thing, and you catch it better because of the movement. But basically what they did is that for 25 minutes, Arsenal, they sussed them out. And then they realised, we're actually better than you, we're better passers, we're better technically than you. And once Henry then realised that the players were like Fàbregas, Perez, who actually won a couple of tackles, they started to go beyond them. And Reyes, you were starting to think, well, hold on a minute. And Thierry seen it. And I'm sitting watching him, Jeff, and you could see him actually say to the team, this is ours, come on, let's go for it. And they more than deserved their 2-0. But there was a period in the game, Jeff, where I thought to myself, this could be 3, 4 or 5 and finish this leg off. Because, in my opinion, there's still a lot of work. I think there's an awkwardness still in this tie. Because Arsenal are not good at sitting tight. I know they've not let any goals in, and I think it's 7.
7 it is.
It's
yeah.
fantastic. And the defence was absolutely immense. But it will be a different proposition when you get there. There will be a time that you have to say, we stay rigid and protect. But Arsenal are at their best in the counter-attack. I'm hoping Juventus fans don't turn up because they don't normally in the Champions League. And that will help Arsenal. But I did, as good as what that night was, Jeff, and it'll be in my memory for a long, long time, I was a little touch disappointed the following day when I thought we could have beat them 3 or 4 easy.
Do you know what I think? I think the players were magnificent. I thought they were fantastic. But I've got to give Wenger all the credit in the world. I thought, tactically, he outwitted Capello. going with the 5 across the middle of the park, and that's where he won it, where they were outnumbered, and Henry up there by himself and the 2 lads going to meet him. I thought tactically Arsene Wenger was spot on.
Did you not think he played like a 4-1-4-1 formation, whereas Gilberto just sat a little bit deep? Because I've never seen Fàbregas get forward as much as he did. He was making the runs, whereas normally you have the 2 wide guys who were getting in there.
But no Lundberg, yeah.
So these two, and I was looking at Fàbregas and I was thinking, well, what's he doing so far forward?
They were passing about in the middle of the park in little triangles to get that space to get him forward, weren't they?
Oh,
you know, I mean, Emerson and Patrick Vieira, they didn't have a kick. They look pedestrian and ordinary. And these are 2 top-class players. And Cremonese on one side, and well, Mutu might have well been.
In the second half, I don't know if it was a tactic of Arsene Wenger. I would give him the credit along with you, Peter. But you know, he actually, when they had the ball at the back, Juventus, he walked towards them, and he started to push. And because he was doing that, the defence started to squeeze up the game. And Juventus had nowhere to go. They couldn't find a pass, and it just kept coming back to Arsenal. And away they went again, and away they went, attack after attack. I don't know if that was tactical or whether the players themselves had sorted it. But they just knew they were superior.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say, Thierry Henry's been talking, you know, Tony, in glowing terms this week. I mean, everybody has about Fàbregas, but Henry in particular, and he's been mentioning him in the same breath as Wayne Rooney and even Ronaldinho over a couple of years ago. Is he that good?
I think it's difficult to compare him with those 2 players, Jeff, because they're different players. Jeff
Kick at Vieira.
Yeah, he did.
And people on the ground thought, oh, Vieira's dived, but he did catch him.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes later, he scored the goal. Now, he's maturing. He's a wonderful player, Jeff. There's no doubt about that. But he's now getting beyond the strikers. Every time he gets a pass, the first thing he does is glance for Henry. And even when he doesn't get there, Henry just claps, because the first thing he's thinking is, every time Cesc gets the ball, he's looking for me. And as a striker, you might make 5-6 runs, and you might only get it once, and you get fed up making that run. But he seems to get it all the time, and he just loves playing with this fella.
I think the Vieira factor worked so much more in Arsenal's favour. I think Patrick, going back and everything, because everybody was talking about him, I think he lost that little bit of an edge to actually drive his team forward.
Totally eclipsed, wasn't
That's what I'm saying. He was just totally out of it, and I think the Arsenal players and the fans wanted to win more, to put it one over on Patrick, and it boosted the whole of the team. Every one of them played to the potential, and I think it was one of the great European performances. I was absolutely thrilled. Everybody. Okay, we go on about Fàbregas and we go on about Henry. Toure at the back. How many challenges did you see? Senderos as well. But Toure was an absolute leader. Challenges, getting there physically.
Juventus will have Trezeguet playing in the next leg, won't he?
Yeah, but do you know what? That last 15 minutes, I'd seen an English team running an Italian team into the ground. Fitness levels, they say they've got everything sort of off to a T over there in Italy. I'll tell you what, the fitness level of the Arsenal players was that they couldn't walk, never mind jog, in that last 15 minutes. It was absolutely outstanding.
I think, I mean, another player who's been fantastic for them is Matteo Flaminio.
Oh,
you know, £260,000 from Marseille. I mean, just briefly, Charlie, you know, because we haven't got that much time, but he didn't look as if he was going to make the grade in midfield, did he? But as a full-back,
he's quite cumbersome on the ball, Jeff. So in an Arsenal midfield, it's difficult to see him fitting in there. He's been an absolute revelation since he went to left back. Ashley Cole will get fit and come back and take that position, but Flamini actually deserves to stay in the team. He's been sensational.
So, in the papers again today, Thierry Henry, Peter, will decide whether he's staying at Arsenal or not before the World Cup. I don't know, are you bored rigid with him? Why doesn't he just tell us what he's going to do now? Surely he must know.
Well, I think he does know. But it's none of your business.
So why doesn't he?
It's none of your business.
Of course he's a public figure.
No, it's an Arsenal player. He can tell Arsene.
He's a public
figure. He doesn't have to tell you. He has to tell Arsene Wenger.
But why does he say, I'll tell you before the World Cup?
I'm sure Arsene, once he...
Well, tell us now!
Once it's
we want to know!
Jeff, when your contract's up, you don't tell anybody about your contract. You keep it all nice and quiet, don't you?
Jeff, I don't know.
Nobody cares about me.
Yeah, because you're on that much money, that's what.
Jeff, I don't think he does know Thierry Henry. The reason being, he's waiting to see whether Arsenal are going to be in Europe for next season. He wants to play in the Champions League, and it's quite right for him as an individual and his family to wait till the end of the season and see if Arsenal in the Champions League.
I think he's waiting to see, like Steven Gerrard did last year.
Champions League is the key
if they win
or finish
the Champions League, I think he will stay. But
But
I think that's why he's going to leave it that long.
Or finish fourth.
And
If they finish fourth and qualify for the Champions League, I think.
Yeah. But I just think they've got so much in the locker. I think
when he drives by the new stadium, Jeff, that's enough to tempt you because it's fantastic.
I think he'll go. I think he'll go if they don't if they don't win the Champions League. I think even if they come fourth, I think he'll leave.
Look, whether he goes or stays, just whoosh. Tell us, and then we wouldn't have to open the newspaper every day.
He doesn't know. I don't get fed up talking about Thierry Henry. I just think we can talk about him. We see him on there, and we can talk. He is just an absolute wonderful player. He's a pleasure, and I really hope that he wouldn't move because some of the things that we see him doing.
We need him in the Premiership.
Yeah, for the Premiership. There's no doubt about that.